Hello everyone, my name is Kexin Chu from University of Connecticut. Today I will present our work on SafeKV, a system designed to address privacy risk associated with key value cache sharing in large language model inference. Our presentation is structured as follows. First, we introduce the background and motivation behind our work. And next, we highlight key challenges. And then we will discuss our proposed approaches, showing preliminary results. And finally, we summarize and outline future research directions. Large language models have significantly benefits from KV cache sharing, which dramatically improves performance. As shown in figure, with KV cache sharing, there is no need to recompute the prefix prompts, and there are several work schemes of significant benefits from KV cache reuse. For example, Mooncake improved throughput by over 5 times, and sklearn reduced latency by 3.7 times and increases throughput by 6.4 times. However, keep cache sharing, despite these benefits, raises substantial privacy risks. Especially, attackers can leverage time-set channels, attacks, and extract sensitive user information. This table shows the personal information in dataset C4 and pile. We can not ignore this type of risks. Let's briefly discuss how timing set channel attacks function in shared KV cache system. Attackers exploit difference in inference latency, mainly measuring the time to first token. A low latency indicates a cache hit, revealing that the prefix token was previously provided by a victim. A high latency signals a cache miss, meaning no victim provided this information. In practice, attackers propose the system using craft prefix. Then they measure the response latency. If got a low TTFT, the attacker knows that they obtain valid personal information from victims, and they continues to predict following tokens. Gradually, they can reconstruct sensitive information. Notably, these attacks only require black box access, making them particularly dangerous. Existing solutions preliminarily rely on cache partitioning to mitigate timing set channel attacks, as explored by Pang. As shown in the figure, each user has their own prefix tree. There is no reuse across users, so it can protect privacy information. However, this approach introduced considerable performance penalties because it isolated the cache entries, thus sacrificed efficiency and limited cache reuse significantly. For example, in prompt multitask scenarios, there are mainly cross-user KV cache sharing requirements. If we use separated KV cache management, we will lose the improvement. To address these limitations, our motivations is clear. Balance performance with privacy protection by isolating only sensitive KV cache entries. As shown in the table, in the picture, only some nodes with privacy information is structured as privacy and isolated without reuse. However, this could introduce several technical challenges. First is privacy detection. We need a real-time method to accurately distinguish sensitive parts from non-sensitive data. And then it's the cache life cycle management. Efficiently isolate private cache entries without sacrifice global reuse efficiency. And then is the cache lookup optimization, which maintaining low latency during lookup across multiple cache types. Since here we use the radix tree method, every prompt we needed to search from the root to the leaf. And lastly is the force detection mitigation. effectively manage scenarios where privacy detection might incorrectly classify data, which means if the privacy detection is failed, we needed to obtain the uh, annually patent for the cache block reuse. In response, we introduced SafeKV, a privacy-aware selective KV cache sharing architecture. The main components include ChunkGuard, a real-time detection of sensitive content at the trunk level, and then is the cache search engine, efficiently handle batch processing of KV cache lookups. And then is the KV cache management, which is used to unify the management of both shared public caches and isolated privacy caches. It contains two main parts. First is the adaptive cache allocator, which dynamically provisions memory resources between private and public cache based on real-time demands. And then is the privacy-aware evictor. It clean up potentially compromised or expelled cache entries, use privacy-aware policies. And finally is the Windows-based monitor, which is used to actively monitor for anonymous inactive of timing set channel attacks. Let's dive deeper into key innovations. First is the ChunkGuard. It segments prompts into fixed size chunks as shown in the figure, classifying their privacy status and then classifying each chunks their privacy status use a light-based transformer-based model. This enables routing sensitive chunks into isolated caches while safely sharing non-sensitive data. Cache search engine is use a fixed size block-based approach, efficiently batching requests for cache lookups, significantly accelerate the reuse detection process. We do not need to separate each prompt and use it to search from the root of the prefix tree and go to the leaf nodes. We can calculate the hash key in batch and then batch several requests together to read from the memory to get their reused KV cache. And then is the adaptive cache management. The cache allocator adjusts cache allocations in real time, adapting to privacy-sensitive workload. And the privacy-aware evict policy leverage an LRU strategy with privacy considerations, actively maintaining privacy integrity. Finally, the Windows-based monitoring continuously monitor cache block usage frequency to identify and mitigate anomalous indicative of potential privacy breaches. This is because if we cannot just the privacy based on the ChunkGuard accurately, because we use a model and we cannot make sure the 100% accuracy. If we lose accuracy on one chunk, but if that chunk is accept attack, the frequency will increase dramatically. And based on the frequency, the monitor, we can know that this trunk is being attacked, and we can use some method to protect it. And we implemented a preliminary version of SafeKV using SGLearn version 0.4.6 onto NVIDIA A16000 GPUs and tested on Llama 2 models. We use the 13 billion and 70 billion model. And our evaluations compared isolated KV caches per user against global sharing. As shown in the figure, Results confirms that full isolated significantly decrease performance, especially with larger model, introduce overhead ranging from 8% to 38.6%. Um, these findings clearly demonstrate the necessity of our selective sharing approaches. In conclusion, there is a significant potential for SafeKV to address the critical trade-off between performance and privacy in LLM inference, especially for bigger LLM models. It selectively isolated sensitive KV cache data, allowing for efficient and secure global cache reuse. Our ChunkGuard mechanism provides lightweight real-time privacy detection, significantly enhance overall system efficiency. Um, Looking forward, our future work includes we will continue to complete a full functional SafeKV prototype, and then we will further optimize latency and enhancing robustness against advanced attackers. And finally, we will explore deployments in broader, more complex real-world inference scenarios. Thank you very much for your attention.